Good evening, and this is my visual aid intended for my audience in case they want to reference my articles. Here is my note cards. Good evening, and I wish to speak to you today about solar energy, solar power. It will discuss a brief history of it and how long it has been, or some of its uses throughout our recent history, throughout man's history. I will also talk to you about some of the effects of solar power in this country, and I will briefly mention how that relates to China. And I will talk to you about some of the advantages, benefits, and disadvantages to solar energy. And I will begin my discussion talking about some of the statistics with solar energy. And I will begin with a reference to an English blog and Green Match's website. And the article is titled Pros and Cons of Solar Energy, etc. in 2018. And in this article, it mentions how much more longer the sun will be getting off radiation or solar energy, 5 billion years to be exact. The next article I will reference is titled Solar Power to the People, and it is by Witch, Roest, and Bourier in 2017, and it is titled Solar Power to the People. And this article mentions how much energy, how strong, how much potent the sun is. It specifically mentions how the sun gives off more energy in 1 hour than we require the use of as a planet worldwide for a whole year. 1 year to 1 hour. It's a pretty big difference. It also mentions how much of that energy at any given time we are able to harvest as a planet, as a species, as a human race. We are able to harvest just a fraction, and that fraction is 1,000th of a percent. It's 0.001, 1,000th of a percent. Now don't confuse that with the decimal, because a 0.001 would equal a tenth of a percent. It's not a tenth of a percent, it is 1,000th of a percent. In my next reference, I will be citing some material from the International Association of Certified Home Inspectors website, and this article is entitled Disadvantages to Solar Energy. And it notes how solar energy is not able to be harvested, produced, not able to be used during nighttime periods where there is no sun. So it would not work in different regions of the world. It would not do well to have a solar power plant, solar panels in Antarctica. Different parts of the world would not see much or do well for producing solar energy. And in my next article, I will be talking about the U.S. Green Building Council's website article titled Top 4 Benefits of Installing Solar Power Near Your Home. And this article is written by Taryn Holowaka in 2017. And she notes some of the tax credits and how the utility companies in this country have gotten on board with the initiative with Obama's Clean Power Initiative, the Clean Air Act of 2015, and how some of these utility companies will provide subsidies to homeowners to install these solar panels, and they would purchase some of the excess electricity back from the homeowners so that they would not have to store it themselves with batteries. Really expensive batteries that we just do not have right now. And China is the only one on the forefront of this solar energy and storage capacity for solar energy. In my next article, I will be discussing some of the effects of the solar energy and some of the results that have occurred because of this recent phenomenon of solar energy production. And this article appears in the Mother Jones Journal. It is titled Solar Energy, by Kate Conley, in 2018. Oh, sorry, it is not in the Mother Jones. It is a single standalone book titled Solar Energy by Kate Conley. And she mentions how a solar power plant in the Mojave Desert, specifically in Ivanpah, and how temperatures around this solar power plant from the production of solar energy, electricity from solar energy, this radiation, increases the temperature around the power plant to about a very, very high temperature. There's just extreme heat to where 3,000 birds passed away in the first year of its production, just from the high heat, just from passing through that area, and birds were just falling to the ground and dying. In the next article I will be referencing, and this one came from the Mother Jones Journal, and it is entitled Sunblocked, etc. And it is talking about specifically Trump, President Trump, and his war on the green initiatives. And it goes on to explain how he does not specifically mention solar panels. He is not at war. He has nothing against solar panels. And yet he does nothing to promote the use of solar panels. He does promote the use of steel. He is opening steel mills, steel production plants. He does not believe in the need for the dire need, the urgency for solar power, solar energy. And also his trade war with China is doing a number on the solar power, the solar panel industry in this country. His tariffs, and it is going to do much. And I have spoken to you about some of the uses, a little bit of the statistics, how current political policy is influencing solar energy production in this country, and how that relates to China, very briefly, and the direction that the solar energy the industry is taking with our current administration, the current head of our executive branch of government. And I would hope that it does much to convince my mother here to go out and purchase solar panels. Thanks, and I hope you have a nice night.
Thanks.